Welcome back to the Tracy Take. Today, Ryan and I will be previewing the Week 15 Thursday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. But before we get into that, if this is your first time to this channel, hit that subscribe button and help Ryan and I reach our goal of 300 subscribers by the end of the year. It is Christmas time, and so we would be very appreciative for our Christmas gift to be 300 subscribers. Like this video, share this video with your Chiefs friends, Chargers friends, and Ryan. Let's get into it. Huge pivotal matchup this week between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The division lead hangs in the balance. The Chiefs are 9-4 and currently lead the division over the 8-5 Chargers. Chargers win. They hold the record at 9-5, and the Chiefs win. I won't lock up the division, but it's going to be pretty close with a 2-game lead over with 3 games left over the Chargers. What do you think? Right now, the Chargers are 4-point underdogs, which is interesting because the Chargers beat the Chiefs earlier in the year. What do you think the Chargers have to do to come out victorious on this Thursday night football matchup?
So my main point that I would like to make in this segment is the fact that the Chargers still have the 32nd last place run defense in the NFL, giving up an average of 140.7 yards a game.
That's not true. That's not true. The Texans are now last, and the Chargers are just barely beaten. Just barely short of them,
which is not a good abysmal thing. By the Houston Texans. Yeah, 140.7 yards is one of the highest rushing yards allowed in a long time, and the fact that they're not last is just abysmal.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's put it this way: if you're competing with the Texans at anything this season, it's not good. Even if you're competing with them in a football game, it's not good because you should be kicking their butt. Yeah, the fact that they are neck and neck with the Texans in rushing yards allowed per game has been a huge weakness of this team. And actually, even when Kansas City, when they played last time, they gave up 186 rushing yards to Kansas City. Whose rushing offense isn't spectacular. They're 16th overall. I mean, but it's nothing that really is crazy.
I want to add to that statement. So over the last 3 games, the Kansas City Chiefs have averaged almost 4.5 yards a carry. They have 6 touchdowns on the ground in the last 3 games. And if you watch them, this is a little bit of an eye test statement, but that offensive line gets major push in reestablishing the line of scrimmage. And in the last 3 weeks, they've played the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Cowboys, all of which are pretty solid up front. I really think that the Chiefs' key to victory here is to run the football. I think you just beat down the Chargers' run defense. I think they have the offensive line for it for this power run game. And the Chargers will not be able to stop it. I think then with that, it sets up the play action and kind of neutralizes that pass rush, which is what the Chargers want to do. They want to rush the passer. I think that's how they win. That's how they win this game. The Chiefs win. The Chargers, on the other hand, I think are going to have to play heavy boxes. They're going to have to play man-to-man coverage and really make the Chiefs just earn every yard because I think eventually they're going to give up plays. But would you rather give up 3 big plays or 50 just underneath plays when you're playing off coverage? I think for me, Chargers have to play really aggressive on defense, really try to stop the run, and then try and build up a lead and then make Kansas City have to throw it. Because Patrick Mahomes has been very pedestrian this year, whether people want to admit it or not. I'm not saying he's turning into a bust or like this is the downfall of Patrick Mahomes. It's just they have not been as good as they have been in the past this year. And I think the focus, especially based off the last 3 games, should be to stop the run for the Chargers.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, especially when last time they played, they ran for 186 yards, and then also Patrick Mahomes threw for 4 interceptions in that game. And so it's going to be a huge point of emphasis, I think, is going to be on the Kansas City run game on both sides of the ball. And for the Chargers as well, is they're going to give up some points. They're 26 in the league in defensive points allowed per game with 25.5. And they're not the most effective run offense either. They only average just over 100 yards per game, putting them at 21st overall. And this Chiefs defense is ranked 14th in run yards allowed. But I think that has actually that was, I think, due to some poor performances in the beginning of the year. If you look at their
Mhm.
last 4 games, actually even their last 6 games, they've only given up 100 yards twice, and that was to Green Bay, and that was when that was the Jordan Love led offense. It was a very run heavy offensive game
Yeah.
for them. And then also then against the Denver Broncos, which that's actually a little shocking, but they do have a solid setup with Melvin Gordon and who's that rookie running back for them?
Javonte Williams.
Yeah, him. So they do have a solid running back duo. So that one actually makes a little bit more sense. But even against the Raiders, 44 yards allowed, 50 yards allowed. Cowboys, 82 yards allowed, and then the Giants only 72 yards allowed. Some solid running teams
Hmm.
that they stopped. Uh, However, on the passing side of the ball, the Chiefs are nowhere near as effective. And this is where I think some of the things, this is why I'm going to lean towards the Chiefs, because potentially the Chargers are going to be without Keenan Allen and also their left tackle, Rashawn Slater, due to COVID protocols. They
Hmm.
both could still play, but if they don't, that would be a huge loss to this team. Keenan Allen is the number one guy in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Mike Williams has not been as effective as the team would have liked, and other guys have picked it up. Jalen Gooten, and then Jared Cook has
Guyton.
also Guyton. Sorry, Jared Cook has also stepped up as a solid option. Josh Palmer, rookie out of Tennessee, is also starting to see some new looks. Sorry about that,
No, yeah,
but
you're good.
that being said, though, if those injuries are out, then I definitely think it leans to the Chiefs. But even then,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
still going to stick with the Chiefs to win this game. Is I think that they've been playing more consistent football. I feel like the woes that they've had earlier in the year, and we've even talked about it kind of around that week 7 mark, is when things started to turn around for the Chiefs. But they were just playing inconsistent football, did not look like it was a good brand of football. The defense was struggling, but they have really turned the corner. They have held some good offenses, even though, like Green Bay, for example. Yes, it was Jordan Love led, but there's still a lot of good talent on that team that and they only held them 7 points. Same thing with Dallas as well. The Raiders they've shut out, and they have some of the best passing offense and one of the best passing offense in the league, and they shut them out.
Hmm.
I think this defense is turning the corner. I think they figured some stuff out. It's just going to be, I think, just
Yeah.
they've been playing more consistent football. While the Chargers, you don't know what you're going to get. They have won 2 games in a row now, but it wasn't that long ago when they were playing inconsistent football week after week. So that's why I think I'm going to lean
Yeah.
towards the Chiefs winning this game and hanging on to the division lead.
Yeah. I'm gonna lean towards the Chiefs too. I I just think the Chiefs have turned a corner. I've been highly skeptical of them this year. I still do not think that they are what they were last year in terms of offensive potency.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just don't think that right side of the offensive line is that much improved. I think if you line up Joey Bosa over there, I think he has a day for himself.
Yeah,
Again, I just think this Chargers offense being without Keenan Allen and Rashawn Slater is going to
potentially.
fall. Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Uh, I just think those guys being out of the offense potentially is a big impact. And also, too, they missed last week, and there were a lot of players last year that said COVID. While they came back from COVID, it did affect them for multiple games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to lean towards the Chiefs. I really just think they're playing better football. I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I'm gonna lay the points. I think they'll win 31-24. I think that'll be the final score of the game.
Okay, I think that's what it was. It's 30-24 Chargers earlier in the
Yeah.
year. Yeah, I think it's going to be something similar to that. That's how I was going to say. I'll go 34-27 on the
Okay.
Chiefs. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be tough. I feel I want to go with the Chargers personally, but I just looking at it, just the Chiefs seem like they've turned the corner, and Andy Reid in December. It's hard to go against him. It's just hard to go
Yeah.
against him and his organization. Kind of what I said last week or 2 weeks ago when we talked about the Chiefs and the Broncos. It's like I got to see it. You're going to have to beat the Super Bowl champs and runner-ups for me to kind of start to go against them, especially at this point in the year.
Yeah, but I definitely think that they've shown that they are human this year and they can be beat. So I definitely would not rule out Los Angeles pulling this one off. But again, I got to lean towards the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Tracy Take. Let us know who you think is going to win this AFC West division matchup on Thursday night down in the comments. If you have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Tyler and I are trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. Please help us reach our goal. If not, we'll be having a very sad Christmas. And we will see you guys next time.